Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our interview. I'm your host today. My name is Mobikom, taking you through this session. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest. We are honored to have a special guest today, Mr. Kojī Kurushima, CEO of Mobikom Corporation. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's our pleasure to have you here, and I'm very honored to join today.
Okay, my name is Mobikom.
My name is Kurushima. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Kurushima.
Kurushima. That's actually my family name.
Family name.
Yes. Japanese people tend to call each other by family name rather than the first name. So if you call in the first name, like Mongolia, my name is Kojī.
Kojī.
Yes.
Oh, that's.
But there are so many Kojis in Japan, so I use my family name, which is very rare.
Sounds very simple, Kojī.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. We prepared a brief introduction about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's over the. Let's
see. Yes.
Let's see. Okay.
Кожи Курушима 2017 онд Мобиком Корпорацийн маркетингийн газрын захирал. 2018 онд маркетингийн асуудал эрхэлсэн дэд захирлын албан тушаалуудад тус томилогдсон ажилласан. 2022 оны 4-р сарын 1-ний өдрөөс эхлэн Мобиком Корпорацийн гүйцэтгэх захирлын албыг хашиж байна. Кожи Курушима KDDI корпорациас ажлын гараагаа эхлүүлсэн бөгөөд KDDI корпорацид 20 гаруй жил ажиллахдаа корпорацийн стратеги, шинэ бизнесийн хөгжүүлэлт, төслийн менежмент, маркетинг, охин компаниудын менежмент зэрэг олон төрлийн салбарт бүрэн ажиллаж, арвин туршлага хуримтлуулсан.
Since our audience just received your brief introduction at the beginning of the program, I hope they are familiar with you now. What kind of contribution do you want to make to the society in which you live and work?
Okay. Before answering, first of all, thank you for inviting to me this program. It's my honor to share my experience and what I'm thinking as Mobicom CEO and well as myself, Kojī Kurushima. So, in order to answer to your question, I'm here to work in Mongolia as a business person for Mobicom, as well as one of the human being as a Japanese to live in Mongolia. So I hope that I can contribute in two different ways. First, as a business person, as my mission is to run the company of Mobicom Group, I want to use the capability of Mobicom Group to help Mongolian economy grow. Because we are an IT company, and IT company basically provides connectivity and services through digital way to connect people or enable people to use our service anytime, anywhere, and anyhow. So we hope that our service will help to enrich people and also the enterprise customers' business growth, which will eventually help the economy of Mongolia grow. So that's as a business person I want to contribute. On the other hand, as I am a foreigner, I'm a Japanese, and I do have plenty of years working experience outside of Mongolia, which is also a different culture, different business behavior, different lifestyle.
Different identities.
Yes. So I do have, as you say, I do have a different identity from the Mongolian people.
Yeah.
So I hope I can share what I have experienced in my life, what I'm thinking, which may give some hint to some Mongolian people to make their business career or maybe their human being lifestyle better. So as a human being, I want to share my experience to more and more people of Mongolia, so then they can understand, oh, I met a Japanese person, and then he says something very interesting, and then that changed my life.
Okay.
So the second part is not easy, but I hope that I can contribute my experience and share with as many people as possible in Mongolia. It's important for, as a human, in order to improve your capability or develop your capability, to know what you don't know today. Because I think you can only take action or behave based on your previous experience or whatever you learned. So if you get some additional input from somebody, means that maybe that can make them think in a better way, make them behave in a better way. So I hope that whatever I share will not be a waste for anybody.
What do you consider to be your fundamental principles in your life?
Thank you for the question. Yes. I think everybody wants to make their life successful and meaningful. And honestly saying, it's very difficult to do everything or accomplish everything by yourself.
Yeah.
In your private life or even in your business career. So my basic principle is that first of all, be humble and be disciplined. For example, now I'm a Mobicom Group CEO. So yes, in an organization, I'm on the top of the organization, which means I need to be a leader. But leader doesn't mean that you should be very aggressive, you should be very arrogant. Because even you're a CEO, your company performance is basically depends on your team's effort. Which means that you need to sometimes be humble and also listen to the voices of your staff and then get some support, get some cooperation from them in order to achieve your goal. So first principle I have is that be humble and have discipline. Second part is that a lot of times we want to make everything very quick and successful. But my belief is that it's not easy to get things done quickly and immediately.
Yes.
Especially when it's a critical thing, when it's a fundamental thing. It takes time.
Yeah.
So second principle I have is that try to keep moving forward every day, even if it's a small step. Because as long as you step forward, you are slightly close to what you want to achieve. But if you never step forward, you're always on the same position where you cannot reach your ultimate goal where you want to go. So second principle basically I have is that just keep on moving forward. And last thing I have is that life is difficult. And there's lots of difficulties, lots of challenges. So my third principle is that never give up.
Okay.
As long as you don't give up, same as the second principle, it may take time, but you're one step closer to what you want to be. But if you give up, you stop there and everything is gone. So third principle is that never give up. And that's, I think, goes for life as well. Yeah, there's lots of struggles in maybe financially or things are not going as you expected. But if you don't give up, someday maybe it will happen. So these three principles I a little bit prioritize on my life, on my private life and also my business life.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your answers because it will help a lot of audience.
I hope so too.
Yeah,
Yes.
who are watching now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So welcome to our Teddy shop. This is our Mobicom's actually flagship shop, which we serve customers all of our Mobicom Group products. So actually we've been running this Teddy shop for more than I think 20 years. And this Teddy shop also had a big renovation last year in order to try to be a showcase of the new way of serving customers. I think if you visit some service shops, there's always a desk table and a counter and also a chair, and our staff is always sitting. But here, most of the staffs are actually standing in order to serve the customers in the same position. And also it would be easy for our staffs to walk around the shop to serve customers who's not getting service at that moment. So we hope that this new type of shop style can be also one of the innovations to change the way to serve customers for other industry as well. Then based on the customer's reaction, we may consider to expand to other shops as well.
Now,
Sure, yes.
let's continue our conversation at
Yes,
your new
yes,
office.
Okay, sure,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Here, thank you for coming to our office.
Okay.
Actually, we are in a MPM tower, and this is one headquarters of Mobicom now, and we have majority of our function in this building today. And you're now in the floor of one of our group companies, Mobifinance, which runs a super application called MomPay, and also they do e-money business and also microloan business.
So let's now clarify the mission statement of the Mobicom Corporation. The mission states that the company leads the direction toward an equal and empowered society through advanced business way. Okay, I see the value of your creation lies exactly in your phrase, a society that's equal and empowered. Could you elaborate on it?
Sure. Thank you for a very good question.
Okay.
Actually, we used to have a different company mission, trying to create advanced economy through advanced technology. But that's more talking like a technical evolvement. Through the technical evolvement, for example, for like 2G to 3G to 4G, we will try to make things better. But that's from our mobile operators' perspective. But I think it's important to see what we can do to the other side, which is like our customers and business partners. And what we see is that even still today, there's like not a big gap. There's still a difference between, for example, say Ulaanbaatar and some rural areas. Because maybe there's a distance, maybe there's logistics issues, there may be different issues. So there is one, how to say, difference on the economy and the countryside and the capital city. But also not just that inequality, that there is also some people left behind. For example, people with some special needs. And of course, some people are very highly paying attention to these kind of topics. But I think through IT technology, as I mentioned, we are trying to connect people. We are trying to enable the access to internet anywhere, anytime, by anybody. So this kind of like distance, how should I say, difference, inequality, maybe some kind of this kind of physical inequality, and also maybe even the financial difficulty. There are lots of people with financial difficulties, and maybe we can provide IT to help them to make their life better. So what we see is that IT has the power to make people equal, and we believe that we will use our technology to make that happen in our society.
Okay, thank you so much. According to your mission statement, describe the main activities that you undertake to support material, mental, intellectual welfare for your employees and their families.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, as you know, Mobicom Corporation is a company. It's an entity. So it's not like a person. It's like a group of employees gather around together to aim for the same goal. We believe that our employees are asset, the most valuable asset we have.
Yes.
So in order for our employees to work comfortably in our company, as you said, we try to provide mental and intellectual and healthiness of our employees and our family. So some of the activities that we are trying to do is that first is that maybe because of COVID, there were lots of difficulties to come to office. Now the COVID is much better, and it's almost that we don't really care about COVID anymore. But even under the situation, yes, employees can come to office, but maybe they can be more productive at home. Less distraction at office. Well, it depends. But I believe our employees have good discipline and good ambition, so they will be able to be dedicated of their work even from home. So yes, so one is this kind of providing a different capability of working environment, and also we started like flex time. Some employees are like fathers or mothers who needs to look after their children, take them to school. Maybe there's some school events, so it's difficult for them to work, for example, say 9 to 6. Some people may want to work from 8 to 5, maybe because of traffic jam or maybe family issues. So we are also giving these kind of flexibility so they can choose how they want to work in Mobicom. Okay. And that's one part. Then second part is that our employees, even me, need to be healthy in order to focus on our work. So we do like annual medical checkups to all our employees. And of course, time to time there are some diagnosis found, but still it's important to do medical checkups so company and also the employee knows their health condition. And also in order to try to support their daily healthiness, we have started to try to introduce like a company doctor, which is in this office. And not just this physical part, but also the mental part. Yes, we also introduce a company psychiatrist who can do counseling to our employees based on their demand. And also this psychiatrist holds some kind of workshop time to time to try to give active. And in order to support the family side, Because if the family is happy, employees are more passionate to work for the company. One is that we try to hold family-related oriented events time to time throughout the year. One is like we do a family day event, like planting trees in the national park, holding some kind of office day where the families can visit how their mothers or father working. And also on top of that, we have started to cooperate with some sports organization like football and ice hockey, so that our employees' children can get engaged in these academies to try to improve their sports skills for future.
And what about intellectual?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to touch on that point. It's, intellectual wealthiness, I think, is that are we giving something for the employees to be able to use on their like private life or maybe their professional life.
Okay.
So we have what we call a Mobi Club. It's a community out of work.
They are assets. They are valuable resources. You know? Wow. Okay. As stated in your mission statement, Mobicom Corporation co-creates precious and impressive experiences for customers and partners. What is the best way to comprehend that experience? What experience are you referring to?
Mobicom has been doing what we call CSR activities and SDGs activities. And originally at the beginning, we were basically doing by ourselves. For example, 10 years ago, we started what we call a lunch program, providing lunch to some schools, which eventually got taken over by the Mongolian government, which is also good. But now government taking initiative to support the children's nutrition. And then if one company's power, for example, financial-wise, it's very limited. Then we have also done what we call a WASH project, which provides a sanitary toilet to the countryside. If you go to the countryside in Mongolia, you go to some elementary, secondary schools, the school building. And in winter time, we heard that some kids fall down, they get hurt. So it's important to have a sanitary toilet near the building or in the building. So we have worked with like UNICEF, which is an international organization, which also has a great experience in these kind of fields. So we get their know-how, we provide some financial capabilities, and we work together to make it happen. By ourselves, yes, maybe we can fund, but maybe we don't create the appropriate toilet for these children. So these are some of the examples that we are doing, and also on top of this activity, we have what we call smart education program, which we provide handsets.
I've heard about
it. We provide data to kids with need of these kind of devices to access to online classes. And this also we cannot do by ourselves. So we have worked together with the government agency which works on these kind of educational activities to make it sustainable. So this is, I think, one of the examples that not just by yourself, bring in more people to create the value together to make things happen and make things sustainable.
So in our discussion, we addressed the mission statement after it was rebranded in 2021?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So can you tell us about the benefits of the rebranding of Mobicom Corporation and for other clients and customers?
Thank you. Yes, for any company, I think rebranding is a big project.
Yeah.
So also it was a coincidence that it was the 25th anniversary of Mobicom.
25th?
Yes, 25,
okay.
yes. So it's like 1/4 of a century.
Yeah, yes.
Business executed through the previous branding. We believe that IT can create unlimited opportunity. So this is another reason that we sort of decided to change the brand. But also we wanted to make a promise to our customers.
Okay,
And
what kind of promise?
so visual is just visual, but we want it to be like more simpler. We want it to be more authentic, and we want it to be more human-centric.
Human-centric,
Yes, which
okay.
means that we have our own company operation and we have our products, but is it simple enough for the customers to use? Some part yes, but some part maybe no. then are we really being true to the customers? We hope we were, but we wanted to make it another big promise to the customers that we are always trying to be authentic and we don't lie to the customers. Then third part is that we wanted to, our business is in order for our customers to enjoy and also develop and enhance. So that's why we wanted to call it human-centric, means that it does not originate from the technology, even though we are a technological company, that we care about human, means customers. So these are the messages that we wanted to try to promise in line with this change of the visual logo.
Thank you. Creating equal opportunity is a challenge. In what ways has Mobicom Corporation been involved? What are the next steps?
Next steps. Thank you very much. Yes, so creating equal opportunity can mean lots of things. One is that, of course, for using Mobicom, we wanted to provide opportunity for everyone, which means that we don't just recruit, we also started to recruit people with special needs. For example, people who has a physical disability and needs to have a wheelchair.
Okay.
People who has a little bit bad eyesight. But there are many jobs in a company, and we are encouraging each of our unit to consider to recruit people with special needs, because they also are very talented. Just because they have some difference from us doesn't mean they cannot work in Mobicom. So we are trying to encourage this job opportunity as an equality for everyone. We are not just a service provider. Through our services and through our activities, we are trying to get these people who can be left behind to be able to be participating in our society.
Can you briefly describe the companies that make up Mobicom Corporation?
Yes, thank you. That's another very good question, because as you say, a lot of people know the name Mobicom, but I think everybody recognizes us as a mobile operator who sells mobile service and also who sells handsets. But actually, Mobicom Group itself is a group composing of 6 other companies. This is apart from Mobicom Corporation, which produces different types of business. So, for example, we have one company called Mobifinance.
Mobifinance.
Yes. This is actually a financial company, a non-bank financial institute, which runs application called Monpay, which is a super application.
Yes. I've heard that.
Really? Thank you very much. Through this Monpay application, we are providing e-money services, which is also called Monpay, and also we are providing microloan to the customers. And we have another group company called Mobinet, which is actually not the mobile business, but the fixed line business. It's like a home, what we call home broadband, internet to the home.
Okay.
Yes, and then on top of that internet, we provide entertainment, TV and video streaming service called Woo. And also this company provides connectivity and also software, hardware, IT solution to enterprise customers as well. And then we have another group company called Mongo Content.
Mongo Content.
Yes. So this does not have the name Mobi, but what they are doing is that, maybe you know, there's a portal site called gogo.mn. It's a news website, and then actually our Mongo Content runs this website. And on top of that, there's like a character called Mamu, which is like a dinosaur animation. And they do animation business. They also do like a music distribution business, and also software development business. So this Mongo Content is like a media company in a sense. And then we have 3 more companies. One is called Mobicom Networks. In order to provide mobile service, in order to provide internet service, there's a word called traffic. Any data needs to be accessing to a server to get that information, and not all the content is available inside Mongolia. So you need to connect Mongolia to outside of Mongolia to enjoy internet service, and this Mobicom network is actually the backbone. They are behind the scene, which provides connectivity to operators. And I have two more to explain. Sorry for a long explanation. One is called Newtel, which runs call center operation, and also they are doing some payroll outsourcing service. And then lastly, we have a company called Newfund. This is a purely internal company, employee loan to our group companies, employees. So we do have different types of companies who does different types of operation based on the necessity and based on license. So I hope you got the somehow overview of our group companies.
Tech-wise, 5G is the main topic of conversation this year. Yeah. How does Mobicom rewards its clients and partners?
Yes, you're correct. 5G is one of the biggest topic of IT in 2023, and actually Mobicom has started to do some internal testing of the 5G quality from 2022 September. Yes, which is last year. And actually, behind you there's a 5G corner in our Teddy Center. What the 5G can do is that compared to the existing 4G or 3G, first of all, the speed is much faster.
Sure.
Yes, which means that if you are sometimes struggling on downloading something on your phone, that most likely will disappear, because basically the download speed depends on the data speed that the network is providing. So 5G is 10 to 12 times faster than 4G, means that it can download the same data 10 to 12 times faster. And then also 5G has other different types of benefits, which is like it can one base station antenna can connect more number of customers compared to 4G. Yes, which means that in a dense area, for example in Ulaanbaatar, currently maybe you need to put 3 antennas in order to support the customers in that area. But then in 5G you just need to maybe put 1. And another one is what we call latency. Latency is like a reaction speed of data. You request something and how quick the data will come back. So this part is also one of the advantage of 5G, and especially I think for gamers. So we hope somewhere in 2023, many people in Mongolia will be having a chance to use our 5G.
If someone is watching this program now and asking you why I choose the products and services of Mobicom Corporation, what would you say?
Brand image by our customers that Mobicom is very expensive.
Yes.
Mobicom is for like VIP customers. But in reality, when you compare the product condition with our competitors, it's not that different. And also, when you compare with the global market, I think Mongolian price is also not that expensive. So what I would like to say is that I think we are providing our service with sort of affordable pricing, which means that I think that's one of the issues, that you can financially save your costs, even using Mobicom product. Second thing is that we are very have a pride in providing a quality service to customers. So quality also means in a different dimension. One is about technical quality. So I hope the Mobicom network doesn't shut down that frequently. Means that you can use anytime. Of course, because of, for example, power outage, maybe there's a optical fiber cut. Maybe sometimes we have some interruption on our network, but we are trying to keep our service up and running as much as possible, because we don't know within the 24 hours, 365 days, when the customer needs to use our service. And of course, even using our service, maybe customer may have some questions or some complaints to us. So we are operating our call center service, even our shop staff is ready to serve our customers with very polite attitude. So we feel that this kind of customer service is also another quality which will not upset the customers in a huge way. And lastly is that we are always trying to introduce something new to the market. And at that time, MonPay was one of them. MonPay was actually the first e-money license holder in Mongolia. also which started this application of MonPay super application. So we are one by one trying to introduce new technology to serve the customers. So we hope that if you use Mobicom, you will have a chance to experience something new, which may not be available today in Mongolian market.
So thank you so much for sharing your ideas, experience and insights as well with me and with our audience.
It was my pleasure to be on this show, and I hope that I was able to express what I wanted to say, and I hope there were some hints or some insights from this conversation.
And I wish you all the best for your health and good luck. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mr. Kojik Kurushima, the Chief Executive Officer of Mobicom Corporation. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.